Are you kind of drowning in a sea of untagged, unknown cloud resources? Yeah? Well, you're definitely not alone. In this explainer, we're going to show you how to bring some serious order to your multi-cloud chaos with a simple but, wow, incredibly powerful tagging framework. All right, let's jump right in. First up, I want you to just stop and think about this for a second. Is your cloud a house or is it a home? And trust me, the difference is everything. See, a home is where you feel comfortable, you're in control, you know where everything is, right? A well-managed cloud should give you that exact same feeling, a place where you can find what you need in a snap and you just feel confident that everything's secure. I mean, imagine you're moving into a new place and all your stuff is in unlabeled boxes. Finding your coffee mug would be a nightmare. That's what it's like hunting for a resource in a poorly managed cloud. It's frustrating, it's a huge waste of time, and you know it's going to lead to some costly mistakes. That chaotic mess, that's a house. The organized, easy-to-navigate space, that's a home. And you know what? This chaos just gets a million times worse in a multi-cloud world. Because now you're juggling resources across AWS, Azure, and GCP. You've got different APIs, different security models, different ways of billing. It's literally like trying to speak 3 different languages at once. Without some kind of common language, some common framework, you're pretty much guaranteed to lose track of things. So how do we build that common language? Well, the answer is tagging. The easiest way to think about tagging is that you're giving each of your cloud resources a unique fingerprint. And this fingerprint, this little piece of metadata, lets you instantly identify what a resource is, see its entire history, and control exactly who can touch it. This is really the bedrock of having any control over your cloud. I love this quote here. Think of tags as the DNA of your cloud resources. It's just such a perfect analogy. You know, just like DNA holds the entire blueprint for a living thing, a resource's tags hold the blueprint for its life in your cloud, who owns it, what project it's for, and just how critical it is. Now, let's be super clear about this. Inconsistent tagging isn't just, a little messy. It's a major liability. It directly causes massive budget overruns, creates glaring security holes, and just kills productivity. To put it bluntly, this chaos is costing you a ton of money and putting you at incredible risk. And let's talk real numbers for a minute. That 35% budget overrun you see, that is very real. We actually worked with a client who saved over $1 million a year, per year, just by putting in a solid tagging strategy. They could finally find and shut down all these unused zombie servers. And that's money that went straight back into innovation. The security side of this is even scarier, honestly. An untagged resource is basically a ticking time bomb. It's that server nobody remembers, that forgotten database. It's a potential backdoor just waiting for an attacker. And if you don't even know a resource exists, how in the world can you protect it? That's exactly how 60% of breaches happen. And beyond the money and the security risks, think about your team. This is such a massive drain on their morale and their productivity. Your best engineers should be building amazing new things, not wasting hundreds of hours every year playing detective, just trying to figure out who owns some random server before they can do a migration. Okay, so we've definitely covered the problem. Let's talk about the solution. And what's so great is that the solution is actually pretty simple. It's a single, unified tagging plan, a schema, that acts as your blueprint for clarity, and it works across every single cloud you use. Let's break this down. A recommended starting point is just these 4 mandatory tags you see here, and each one is absolutely crucial. The environment tag, that's what stops a dev mistake from ever hitting your live production app. The owner tag means the end of that detective work, forever. Cost center gives your finance team crystal clear visibility. And data class tells your security team exactly what needs to be locked down tight. And let me just say this again because it's so important. Consistency is everything. This whole plan is only powerful if it's applied to every single resource, every single time. When you do that, it becomes your single source of truth. The owner tag means the exact same thing in AWS as it does in Azure and GCP. That's what turns this from just a good idea into a real governance model. So now that you've got this blueprint, it's time to put it to work out in the wild. Let's take a look at how you actually apply this schema across the big cloud providers. Because, yeah, there are a few little quirks you need to know about. So here's a fun little gotcha that can trip people up. As you can see, AWS and Azure call them tags. Simple enough. But Google Cloud Platform calls them labels. It's a small difference, sure, but if you're trying to use a multi-cloud management tool, you have to make sure it understands both terms, or you're not going to get the whole picture. But honestly, don't get hung up on the names. At the end of the day, whether it's a tag or a label just doesn't matter. The powerful principle behind it, attaching that key value metadata for governance, is exactly the same. As long as you focus on applying your schema consistently, you are well on your way to a beautifully organized multi-cloud environment. Okay, you're ready. It's time to move from chaos to control. So here it is, a straightforward 4-step action plan to help you get a unified tagging strategy up and running in your organization. Let's walk through these. Step 1, define your schema. Start with those 4 core tags we talked about and get everyone on board. Step 2, automate everything. Seriously, manual tagging always fails. Use tools like Terraform or CloudFormation to apply tags the moment a resource is created. Step 3, enforce policies. Use the cloud's own tools to literally block untagged resources from being created. And finally, step 4, audit and iterate. Your business is going to change, so your tagging schema needs to evolve with it. So what's the bottom line here? Why do all this? Well, a unified tagging strategy helps you save a ton of money by getting rid of waste. It massively improves your security by killing those blind spots, and it frees up your engineers to do work that actually matters. It's a win for finance, a win for security, and a win for your engineers. It really is a win-win-win. Look, at the end of the day, this isn't a one-and-done project. It's really an ongoing journey toward operational excellence. As your business grows and changes, your tagging schema has to evolve right along with it. So I'll leave you with this one last crucial question. You've organized your cloud for today, but is your framework truly built for the future?